It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Pragnesh Shah sir, the director of Atira. Based in Ahmedabad, Mr. Shah has an extensive background in the textile industry, having previously held key roles at Arvind Limited and Arvind Mills. He holds a degree from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, where he completed his FCA from 1980 to 1984. Mr. Shah brings a robust skill to Atira, including expertise in ERP, strategy, project management, business process improvement, and creative direction. His leadership and vision have been instrumental in driving innovation and excellence in the textile industry. So please join hands with me welcoming sir.
Good morning, everybody. First, extremely knowledgeable speech from Nilesh Bhai. Every time I hear him, my knowledge about the space application program and the respect for our scientists in ISRO always grows up. We know very little about these programs. We always respect NASA, etc., but we don't know our own people working so much for the space application program. Thank you very much, Nilesh Bhai. Thank you all of you for coming. This is a very important event, and I congratulate Dr. Singh and Ahmedabad University for organizing this. This kind of platform, this kind of networking events are very important for the industry like composite, which is having extraordinary opportunity, but still at a very nascent stage of the growth. We saw some figures about the space application programs, but if you care to see what size of composite industry is, any guess? What size of the industry globally, India? Any guess? Suppose I say $100 billion is the industry size globally. You say it is small, big, what it is? And if you say Indian size is maybe $3 billion by 2028. Now, let's look at what composite industry can do. Its the biggest role is lightweighting. You agree? The key role of composite industry is lightweighting. If you look at the space application program, so they were using various metals. These metals are very heavy and have a specific function. But if it is replaced by composite material, the weight might go down by 50, 60, 70%, and the cost of carrying the payload will substantially fall. Right, sir? Apart from other properties that it will bring in. So lightweighting is the key role that, or the key benefit that composite industry can give. So if you look at all the application areas in the world where lightweighting can benefit, whether it is space, aerospace, transportation, structural engineering, you name it, and there is an opportunity for the composite industry to work. And if that is the opportunity, why we are talking about $3 billion and $100 billion? Just imagine. Mr. Tyagi also spoke about the opportunity that is there in this industry. It is huge. Let's look at the constraints that we face in the country, which might be restricting the growth in the composite industry. First, possibly the biggest constraint that we face, as Mr. Tyagi talked about, is the raw material. Today in the country, we hardly produce any of the raw material, be it fiber, be it specialty chemical, or even prepregs. The basic prepreg that is needed for the industry, that's not available majorly in the country. We are highly import dependent. Second, labor, skilled labor. For the country, which has got 140 crore people, available of the skilled labor for this particular industry is very less. Third one, the capability of designing and development. If you are looking at lightweighting, if you are looking at replacing the heavier materials of steel and aluminum with the composite, I think the most important skill that we need in the country is design and development, and possibly support by the tooling. And the fourth one that possibly is important equally is that most of our manufacturing processes in the country are still highly manual driven. We have very little of automation, we have very little of technology used to produce highly sophisticated products or the work on the highly sophisticated application areas. These are the hindrances to the industry. These are the hindrances to our growth. These kind of conferences are very important for us to exchange our views and to find collaborative opportunities where we can work together for solving these kind of issues. Okay, I had some presentation, but I don't think we have just now. I'm representing Atira. Atira is working on bringing newer technology to the industries for last 75 years. Again, started with the visionary like Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Sri Kasubil Lalve and other industrialists, and Government of India. It was started in 1947 to 49 to bring in the scientific approach to the textile industry. At that point of time, textile industry was already a matured industry in the country. It was almost 100 years old that time in the country, but government felt that it needs a lot of sophistication and scientific. How? Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Kasubil Lalve brought all the scientific brain to the city, and they worked on bringing new technology to the textile industry. If we come back to 10 years back, somewhere around 2011 to 2013, Atira was the first one to get into technical textiles, which is the new sunrise industry for the country. And in 2013, we established our first center of excellence for composites, supported by Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. Since 2013, till date for last almost 10-12 years, we have been working majorly on the lightweighting, developing various products and technologies for various industries. We also work with the Special Computing Center for developing some of the components for them. We also work on various products which are having social impact, which are having the sustainability impact. Our R&D team is working constantly in finding newer and newer technologies for lightweighting the composite material, helping industry in solving the problems, and training and skill development. In future, possibly in a year's time, we are going to upgrade our Center of Excellence for Composites to make it much more sophisticated, capable to produce higher-end technologies for the industry. We are going to upgrade our testing facilities. We are going to upgrade our talent group, which will help industry to solve the problems for the adoption of the new technologies. The areas in which today Atira can work with you, with the industry, with academia, are majorly the R&D area and the skill development area. As we are connected so with industry here, as well as the education, the universities, Atira's role is very crucial in actually acting as a bridge between the education and the industry. It is Atira who will help to make the skills of the students, skills of the technician more industry ready. So the Atira's main goal, as we are connected to Ahmedabad University, as we are connected to other education institutes, to bring in more skilled manpower to the industry who are already educated in the field. From Atira's side, I invite all of you, whether it's from industry or from academia, to come with us to collaborate for development of various technologies, for startup supports, incubation supports, as well as training and skill development. We have a team of excellent scientists and the engineers who are having experience of developing newer and newer technologies and products which could be useful to the industry. However, Atira alone in its own lab cannot really function and achieve its objective. The objectives could be achieved if the engineers and scientists are able to work in collaboration with the industry. So that's why we invite industry to work in collaboration with us, where we can work on a joint development programs, we can work on your joint training and skill development programs, where we can work on developing production technologies for stabilizing or scaling up the production. I end my speech over here with all the best to all of you for engaging for next 3 days in a very meaningful discussion over here. Thank you.